You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome back. Hannah Gage, first woman to chair the UNC System Board of Governors, is our guest this morning, today. A recent report that I read from the Center for Public Policy and Higher Education said that in almost every state, including North Carolina, the cost of college has increased more than the median family income has increased. Now, first of all, is that a good yardstick for budget growth to the UNC system?
I think it's fair to look at median income. I do. I think it's an incomplete picture. I think that you have to also, anytime you're looking at tuition in our state, you need to look at the financial aid that's available. And I'm talking about grants, not just loans. And so I think that we've done a very good job in keeping up with tuition. But I think the more interesting part of that to me is that when you look at North Carolina's median income, you do see a significant problem. It hasn't grown at all since the early 1990s. It was $37,000 then, and it's $37,000 now. So,
but everything else has gone up.
But everything else has gone
Right.
up. So everything takes up a bigger part of that. And I guess the catch-22 is if our median income isn't growing, we're going to have to educate the population so that they can get better jobs and make more money, so that we can bring in industry that is attracted to a state that has an educated population. So, but I think it's a relevant thing to look at.
Well, what kind of effect do you think these times will have on the average family and their ability to send a student to college?
I think that a family that wants to send a child to college in North Carolina, and for whatever reason, if they don't want to come through the university right now, I think that the most important thing to look at in the total higher education model is we have an extraordinary community college system. It may make all the sense in the world for a child to go there for the first 2 years and transfer. And that's easy to do. That is something that is happening all over the state. I think that what we have to do within the UNC system is make sure that transfer is seamless and make sure we have more slots for junior transfers so that we can take more students, because
is that a finite number?
It varies from campus to campus, but yeah, they've got a certain number they take, and I think we've got to expand that. That way, I think that's a perfect model for the state of North Carolina. Let's move more of this growing population through the community colleges for the first 2 years.
You said model. Do you think the traditional model of attending a college or university is changing?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think, we have tipped. And the book, The Tipping Point, that talks about when the momentum for change is so great that it's unstoppable. I think that technology has opened up this world, and I think the model for higher education now will be face-to-face, but you will have strong online components at every major university. We can't afford our buildings and heating and cooling and all, so.
And I read that UNC distance enrollment, which includes online courses, has shot up about 20% from 07 to 08.
Yeah, it's huge, and I think that
what does that indicate to you?
That's where it's happening. A lot is happening there, and it's, people that grew up with the internet, we didn't, but the people that are coming through the funnel right now, it's convenient, it's more affordable, they can do it at night on their own timeline. And it started initially with maybe master's and doctoral programs, people that were already working. So you saw a lot of that begin.
And you have a one-site destination now for the entire system.
It's North Carolina Online. And all of our courses are there, so you can go there and see all the opportunities.
Does that impact the system's on-campus efforts?
No, it enhances them.
It does.
You'll have a student who may not be able to get a class one semester to graduate on time because it's not being offered there, and that happens all the time. Well, now they can go online, and they can take it online that same semester.
I heard someone refer to taking online courses as education without the frills.
Yeah, it is. It's bare bones, but it's also a whole lot more sophisticated than it used to be because technology is so advanced. You can talk to the faculty member or your teacher.
Live.
Live. If you need to, you can. You've got some classes that are distance ed and they're taught live. You've got some that are not taught live that you take online, and then you communicate back and forth with your teacher. But it's sophisticated.
I've had conversations with folks in business, and I don't know how many people have said that we're producing a generation of young people that feel entitled,
Yeah.
and that we're losing the ethic of hard work in America. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, there's nothing like an economic downturn to change the way people, to change a work ethic and to change an attitude. And so I think that you see some of that, but you see some of that everywhere. I mean, I don't think it's just students. I think we've had a decade of prosperity, and people didn't have to fight hard for jobs because jobs were plentiful. But I think now what I see in the students that are in the UNC system right now is a different kind of student. They're very service-oriented. It's not an entitlement mindset at all. These are kids that want to change the world. And so I see something that's exciting. I don't know if it's back to the 60s. Might be back to the 60s, but it doesn't seem as materialistic. It seems outward-facing, not inward-facing.
You've been a broadcast executive and a principal in a very successful communications business. Mm-hmm. Do you ever remember times like these?
No, I don't. I remember bad times. I mean, I remember I made plenty of Friday payrolls on Monday morning, but I could always see the end, a general timeline for the end. And I'm not, I don't feel that way right now. I'm optimistic because I think that there are lots of things that we can be doing to redefine ourselves and improve ourselves, but within the university system. But no, I do not remember a time like this. I've read about them.
Think it's going to be deep and long?
I don't know. I think it's going to be deep. I don't know how long it'll be. A lot of it will probably be the stimulus package will determine some of that, I think.
With your election as the chair of the UNC Board of Governors, you broke now that term, the glass ceiling, as the first woman to chair that body. Now this is in a year when Hillary Clinton was the first serious female candidate for president. Beverly Perdue was elected the first woman governor of North Carolina. And you've taken a leadership position all your life. What does that mean to you? We have about 20 seconds.
I'm honored. I don't feel like I bring anything particularly different to it other than I feel blessed that I found something that I enjoy. I think I can contribute. But whether being a woman makes a difference or not, I don't know. Maybe. But I'm glad that I have the opportunity.
Hannah Gage, who is the first woman to chair the UNC System Board of Governors, our guest this morning. You can find us online at WILM-TV.com. And also, you can join us next Sunday at 11 a.m. or our new Monday encore presentation of Byline Wilmington, Mondays at 7. I'm Don Ansell. We'll see you next week.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning at 11 as we explore the issues that concern you.